is all about.
Welcome back into the Michigan High School Girls Soccer Ranking Show presented by Just Slabbed on the National Soccer Network alongside Dan Stickradt and now our special guest, Ellera Jakubowski. I'm Patti Cesarini. Ellera, it's so good to have you here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing well. Thank you very much. So I know obviously you're at Utica Eisenhower, play for Liverpool FC, but now you're dipping in to the high school season. What are you excited for?
I'm excited this year to hopefully make it further in districts, maybe even win a state championship, since I think this year we finally have the chemistry that we've needed.
Yeah, it's definitely every year it's always hard because you're always constantly graduating new people, but you're an upperclassman now. So this is where, you step into that new little role, that kind of stuff, but you're also here not only for fun, but to do a little bit of business with us. So why don't you go ahead and read off our Division I Week 2 rankings.
All right, so starting off at number 15, we have Ann Arbor Skyline, Byron Center, Midland, Muskegon, Mona Shores, Heartland, Brighton, Troy Athens, Rochester Adams, Rochester, Bloomfield Hills, Rockford at 5, Portage Central, Troy, Utica Eisenhower, and Saline.
For a total number of changes at 10 for Week 2, the teams that are out, it's Romeo. The team that is in is Midland, and your honorable mentions for Week 2, Matawan, Midland Dow, Northville, Romeo, and Granville. Dan, what jumps out to you about the Division I Week 2 rankings?
Well, you have several teams out of the OA Red Division. We'll start with there. 5 of the top 10 teams come from the OA Red. They have produced the last 3 Division I state champions. And what's interesting about that is some of those schools are on the list, but that league, the eventual conference champion is not the one that won the last 3 state champions. Bloomfield Hills won it in 2023. Rochester Stony Creek, which is not on the list this week, won it 2 years ago. And then last year, Rochester Adams came through and won the Division I state title. And Ellera, you come from Utica Eisenhower, number 2 ranked team in the state. You're in that same district with Rochester Adams, honorable mention Romeo, and Rochester Stony Creek. We'll start with there. How hard is it to win that district?
It's always really hard. We just played Adams this week, and it's always some type of rivalry. And we're always fighting for some sort of title. So once you beat it, kind of sad.
Do you feel like for Division I that the expectations only go up every year?
I do. I really do.
And what is your most favorite part about playing for Utica Eisenhower?
My favorite part is honestly the people and the coaches. Everyone around you is just so fun to be around. We build more and more every single year, and it just always gets better.
And out of this list, the top 15, you guys are sitting at number 2, but you know all these teams on there. You've either seen them before physically or you've seen them on the TV. However it is, you know this list pretty well. Out of this list specifically, who do you think is the most difficult team to beat?
I think recently Rochester has really been shooting up there. They've been doing very good recently, getting strong.
And where do you guys think your team sits? I know it's early, I know that, but where do you think Utica Eisenhower sits in making a run for a state championship this year?
I think this year we have a pretty good chance at getting up there. It just takes that one time. You just got to get there one game at a time, and once you do it.
And I also want to highlight something that's fun about you. You're hidden talent. Not only are you good at playing soccer, obviously, but you can juggle. And I really wish that we had some tennis balls or something here. I should have thought about that, so I'll take responsibility for that. But Ellera, I really appreciate you coming on the show with us today and sharing your insights on what it's like playing, at the Division I district level.
Yes, thank you so much.
Dan, any final thoughts?
Well, Utica Eisenhower, again, in the Macomb Area Conference Red Division, you go back over 3 decades, they've always been one of the top teams in their league. Expect the Eagles to do so again this year. Number 1, Saline. They last won a state title in 2015. The Hornets are firing on all cylinders. 36-3 scoring edge. We're only a month into the season, so Saline playing as good a soccer as any team in the entire state, all 4 divisions. combined. Portage Central did not play a game until this past week. They played a couple of non-conference games and then a couple of games in a tournament over the weekend. 4-0-0 record. So Portage Central, one of those staples dating back several decades. They're a team that is always in the hunt. Brighton in the top 15. They've been a little bit quiet the last couple of years, but the Bulldogs making some noise. They will be Heartland's top challenger in that West Division of the Kensington Lakes Activity Association this spring. Muskegon Mona Shores are out of that Ottawa-Kent Conference on the west side of the state, Green Division. They do have some company, Byron Center. There was 22 different schools in that league that switched divisions. Byron Center is now in the same league with Mona Shores. That is going to be a dogfight for that conference championship. Down on the honorable mention, I want to point out Matawan. That is a team I talked about in the preseason, a team to watch, kind of bubbling under. They have an exceptional junior class. Look for them to make waves. They're in the same conference with Portage Central. We talked in Division II about Stevensville Lakeshore, Richland Gold Lake, St. Joseph. There is a ton of very talented teams in that league. We can go down that list. Battle Creek Lakefield not listed yet. Another team that could make onto the Division I list this season. Kalamazoo, Lloyd Norrick's another Division I school that has not lost yet this season. So that is a very deep league. We talked about the OA Red. There's other leagues across the state. All divisions of the Ottawa-Kent Conference are absolutely loaded, and we'll expect to see some teams make deep runs in all 4 divisions out of that league. So kind of to break that down, again, the OA Red, 5 of the top 10 teams. Utica Eisenhower, as Ellera Jakubowski is with us today. They are playing as good as soccer as anybody as well. That is a team that has never won a state championship. Will Eisenhower be able to get it done here in 2025? Stick around for the next couple months. State finals just 2 months away.
I know, we're definitely going to find out. And before we close things out officially, Ellera, I just want to ask you, you've seen now our show. You know how we do a Share Your Story. I want you to now share your story. How did you get into soccer, and how did you get to where you are now?
I started when I was younger. My siblings always played it. My parents didn't want me to get into it when I was too young. Didn't want me to grow out of it, and I truly do think that helped because it just made me want to do it more and more. And as soon as I started playing it, it's just always been something I wanted to do. I've always looked forward to going. It's been great.
There's nothing like a good old sibling rivalry, playing the same sport to really get you into it and then also help you excel at it too. And where are you at in your career now?
Hopefully looking for college. I'm still open to wherever, but just trying to get in there somewhere.
Hey, it's a different world out there right now. We were talking about it earlier. It is a completely different just world, unit, whatever you want to call it out there with the recruiting. But we have no doubt that you are going to be successful at the next level, and we wish you the very best of luck moving on in your career.
Thank you.
Well, that is it now for our Michigan High School Girls Soccer Ranking Show presented by Just Slabbed on the National Soccer Network. Once again, thank you to our producer, Jonathan Turner. I'm alongside Dan Stickradt and Ellera Jakubowski. I'm Patti Cesarini, and we will hopefully see you next week.